Ladies and lads, it is a brand new season of Fortnite, and they're calling it Fortnite Wilds. They've added a new jungle biome, very reminiscent of the old Predator enclosure. There's new weapons, new augments, new mechanics, including the ability to ride the raptors. Is there a Jurassic World crossover incoming? We can only hope. Today I'm going to show you my first victory of the season and describe the optimal loadout to get these victories, because I already got my umbrella. I want you to get your umbrella as easily as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sourheart, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, because there's plenty more videos to come. God, people love gas station. They had to keep it in. That's ammo. Is there no inside? I think the inside's even lower. Oh, this spot is not a holly jolly Christmas, is it?
Eventually.
God. Really? This guy's got like no health. Come on, man. Common weapons. I'm using such bad weapons. I'm fighting upstairs, right? Oh. Wow, that was a weird and interesting fight. God, these jump so high, it's wild. You've never watched South Park? That's pretty interesting. Maybe it's a boomer show. I've watched pretty much all of South Park. Multiple times. Over and over again. Damn, bro. That was gnarly. That was gnarly. What a train wreck. Oh, dude. You slide so fast. What happened? Beast mode. Yeah, I'll drop some gold. Budget. Good perk. Good perk. Soaring sprint, actually. There's no movement items, so everything matters, like slap juice and soaring sprint. The level up music is always intense though. Like, it's so unnecessarily loud and dramatic. If that's one thing I could reverse on Fortnite, it's just how many weird sound effects there are. I feel like that's a lot of the things that are heavy on the game. It's just stuff that doesn't really matter to your survival experience. He's out there somewhere. Where you at, dude? Where are you? We just got to get a reposition on this. Oh, and here's the island. Wow. I'm missing so many shots here. How can he fire it around that corner, but I can't hit him? Aw, come on, dude. Got caught under my own porta fortress, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna switch it out for a gold drummy. Now I need health. Now I'm in absolutely terrible position right now. You know, when all things are said and done, I would rather have the Havoc. Havoc can just hit a big boy shot right to the head. Who's he firing at? Yep. Let me get this guy. We're gonna be cruising. Because I don't want to be in the middle of steamy stacks either.
Much later.
You thought. No way this guy is living, right? In the storm. Yep. And he died in storm. Let's go. I love that DMR. That's good. We did it. We did it. We did it. Got our dub for the day. Let's check out this new umbrella. Oh my god. If you have Peely skin, this is such a beautiful umbrella right here. Look at this. A little crown on top. Now that I've gotten my victory umbrella, I want to do a quick tier list of the current loot pool of this season, because this is the most significant change season into season in this entire chapter. There's absolutely no movement, so the meta is pretty rigid, and there's a very small loot pool too, all things considered. Starting with the thing with the most range, the sniper rifle. This is less good than it used to be, and I gotta put it down as a style choice. Sure, it can one-hit headshot, but the question is, will you hit that headshot? If you're not hitting the headshot, I think you're throwing by having this weapon, because it no longer destroys cover, and it's lost a lot of its utility overall. Next, we have the new thermal DMR, and I'm a big fan of this weapon. It pairs very well with the Bloodhound perk, excels in squads, and it's a lot quicker of a projectile than the old Cobra. Also is a style choice, but personally, I like it more than the sniper this season. Next, we have the Red Eye, and what can be said about the Red Eye at this point? You point and you click and it hits. This is the always scoped rifle. If you are a new player or if you're an advanced player, you're gonna get fantastic results with this, and it just increases the better you get. Now the new rifle, the Flapjack, if you manage to get the vault version of this, which is enhanced, then I think it's a god tier gun. I think it's better than any of the SMGs in the game. It's not very good for long range. It's much more for short range blasting. It's got an enhanced magazine, which is only made better by some perks. Maybe some people think I'm crazy about this, but I'm putting Flapjack in the always. If you get higher than a purple or higher is what you need. Next, we have the Havoc suppressed rifle, and honestly, I don't know where this fits in the current loot pool right now. If you're running squads, invariably someone will probably end up with this, but if you're going solo or duo, I would say this is a never pick up. Now these next two shotguns, it really does depend on what mode you're playing, but I'm gonna put them both in the always tier. That is the drum shotgun and the Havoc shotgun. And really it just comes down to this. If you're in zero build, pick up the drum shotgun. If you're in build mode, pick up the Havoc shotgun, because the headshot is what matters the most in build mode. Zero build has become much more of a defensive game without the movement, so a lot of times it's going to be someone trying to play into you and you just tear them up with a drum shotgun, or you fight them in an urban environment, and just having the ability to hold down the trigger, strafe, and spam them gives you a huge advantage. That's besides the fact that if you take the island, there is an enhanced version of the drum shotgun, so definitely get your hands on that if you can. The real loser this season, and I don't know why they left this gun in the game, it's the Maven shotgun. I would never pick this up. It's got horrible range. It doesn't have the fire rate of the drum. You're just gonna get torn up if you use this. Honestly, I wish they'd have kept the combat, because then we would have had a sort of triangle here. We would have had a power shotgun, a speed shotgun, and a range shotgun. Getting to SMGs, this is really down to style, and it's kind of just how new you are at the game. Are you skilled enough to handle the recoil of the combat SMG? If you are, you'll get a little bit of extra damage, a little higher magazine, but if you're not too skilled, go with the regular SMG. because it has no recoil. The real problem is the twin mag was better than both of these, and it's out of the game right now. So you're kind of just trying to make the best of a bad situation when it comes to the SMGs. That's why I recommend getting used to the flapjack. Pistol has a bit more utility now that twin mag is out, and if you can get the mythic one through the perk, I would put it above both of these guns. In terms of exotics, Epic has actually removed about half of them this season, but interestingly enough, they've added the shadow tracker pistol back into the key vaults. This is definitely a style choice considering that the DMR has Bloodhound and the DMR also has thermal, and there's so many perks that actually give you thermal, including, of course, the anglerfish. The breacher shotgun, though not as good as the Havoc, I think is really damn good, and it's the only weapon in the game that still has the ability to punch walls out. For that reason alone, I have to put it at the very, very, very top of style choice. If you're playing squads, I think someone should probably have this gun because it's going to make a lot of your fights a lot easier. Now the final exotic, the P90, becomes a lot more powerful because it gives you the effect of slap juice. You get the ability to infinitely sprint, and obviously considering there's no movement in the game, this is invaluable. However, you got to note that it's got extreme fall off, perhaps the worst fall off of all the light ammo weapons. Definitely at the bottom of style choice. None of these exotics are particularly useful, but they're not really that bad either. Now, before we talk about the more specialty items, I actually want to add another category to this because I feel like I've used the word squad quite a bit in this tier list, and I'm literally just going to call it squad. And of what we have here, rearranging it, I'm going to bring the Havoc suppressed rifle up to squad, drop the shadow tracker pistol down, as well as the breacher shotgun. I'm going to bring that down, and I'm inspired to put the P90 at the very top of style choice, or at least at the top of the light ammo weapons. Now this next item, the latest addition to the game, I have a hard time putting in my loadout in solos, so I'm going to put it at the very top of the squad tier. That is a Cybertron cannon. You charge it, it fires a giant projectile that destroys a bunch of stuff in front of you. When you're in the 1v1 against a good player, you're going to have a much harder time using it, but if you have the cover of a squad, you can win most games using this item. Also new this season and replacing the Firefly jars is the Wild Wasp jars. And this item is better in some ways and worse than some ways. It's not going to start a fire that spreads, but it will damage all builds regardless of what they're made of. Definitely bottom of squads. I could see the use in this early game, but as the game progresses, I'm not so sure about it. Grenades, however, were heavily nerfed at the end of last season. They only do 40 damage to a player, and not even that much more to build, so these never pick them up. Now the kinetic boomerang personally disappointed me because it's not a movement item. When you throw it, it has the ability to explode, and you can use this to hit people around corners and really weird positions. So you can put this as a style choice weapon, but it not being a movement item means you don't have to pick this up. And personally, I'm not really picking it up. Without movement items, the porta-bunker becomes an always pick up item. This is one of the only things that can really turn the tide of a fight if you're down bad, or if you're the guy who's really injured. If you get hurt really badly and you pop a porta-bunker, the only way people get to you now is if they run to you, or they hop in a car. And you're definitely going to hear them in the car. It's not going to be nearly as fast as web shooters or ODM. And in terms of healing, major changes. Both the shield keg and the chug splash have been removed, and that means the slurp juice reigns supreme once again. I'm going to put it at the very top of the heals. If you can get this, you really should, and you can get it very easily. You can get it from the vaults, you can get it from the timed chests that show up on the map, and you can get it from the island as well. Below that, you're going to have stuff like your slap juice, just because it gives you the run effect and it can do both health and shield healing. You're also going to have the shield fish, just because they're so quick to use. And in my opinion, at the very bottom, if you're in a desperate position and you need to make storm plays, you got your med mist. Everything else that you have to sit down and take time to use, to me, is a no-go. What's going to be useful in the end game? A med mist or a health kit? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and maybe check out one of these videos next to me. There's a whole lot more coming in this season of Fortnite. Some new items for sure already have been leaked, so I'm going to put more tier lists at the end of my Battle Royale videos, and I'm going to try to keep them quick like this. Y'all take care of yourselves. Peace and love.